Hello students. Now this question is from equilibrium of the rigid bodies, in which we are going to discuss the equilibrium of two ladders which are in contact with each other. As given in this question, we have two identical ladders. They are leaned against each other with their ends resting on horizontal floor, and we put some extra weight on the at the midpoint of one ladder, and we have to check out of the two ladders which ladder will slide first. That is the question part. So the diagram for this question can be like this. This is the horizontal surface. And let's say we have two ladders like this, which are leaned against each other. Let this left side ladder is denoted by ladder AB, whereas the right side ladder is denoted by ladder AC. Now, and this horizontal line represents the floor on which the two ladders are in the state of equilibrium. The forces which will be present on each ladder are like this. First of all, you will have a normal reaction force at point B acting on the left side ladder, and another normal reaction force will be at point C acting on the right side ladder. So these two normal reaction forces will be present. I denote them normal at point B NB, and I denote normal at point C as NC. These two are the normal reaction forces. Also, there will be frictional forces. There will be frictional forces on each ladder. It is very obvious that the friction on left side ladder will be towards the right side, and the friction on the right side ladder will be towards left side. And that is very obvious because of nature of slipping, tendency of slipping. The ladder AB has a tendency to slip backward. That is the tendency of slipping. Tendency to slip is the backward direction, and therefore friction will be in the forward direction. I denote it FB. Similarly, the ladder AC will have a tendency to slip towards the right side. It can slip to the right side. Tendency of slipping is to the right side. And to oppose that tendency of slipping, the friction which I denote FC on the ladder AC will be to the left side. Along with these normal reaction forces and the frictional forces, the weight of ladders will act at their center of gravities. The weight of ladders will act at the center of gravity. So this first weight corresponding to the ladder AB will be at the downward direction. Similarly, another weight will be at the midpoint of ladder AC. So these two are the weight which are carried by the ladders. Let they are W and W because they are identical. So W is the weight of each ladder. W is the weight of each ladder which is acting at their center of gravity, which will be the midpoint of the ladders because of uniform ladders. Since the ladders are uniform, that therefore the center of gravity of each ladder will be at its midpoint. And as per this question, we have put some extra weight. If a weight is now placed at the middle point of one ladder, this is some additional weight which we are going to add, suppose on the left ladder. So this is W plus capital P now. Capital P is the extra weight which you add at the midpoint of ladder AB. I suppose that length of ladders, I suppose this length of ladder to be, let us assume that the length of the two ladder is, length of each ladder is twice of L. Length of the ladder is assumed to be 2 times of L. And assume that the angle which the ladders form are theta, and same here, angle theta. Right. Now the conditions of equilibrium. If we follow the conditions of equilibrium, then for the equilibrium of system, for the equilibrium of whole system, if you consider both the ladders as a single unit, if I consider the two ladders as a single unit, then the equilibrium for the complete system will be the upward force, which is NB plus NC, should be balanced by the downward force, which is W plus P for the ladder 1 and W for the ladder 2, which means it should be 2W plus P. It should be the first equation for equilibrium, in which the vertically upward forces NB and NC are added together, and they will balance the vertically downward forces W plus P and W, which means 2W plus P. That will be the first equation. For the horizontal direction, the friction at ladder B, which is towards the right side, that means FB, and the friction on ladder AC, which is towards the left side, that is FC. So FB on the right hand side, FC on the left side, these two forces must balance each other for horizontal equilibrium of the complete unit. So you can write down that FB should be equals to FC, that is the second equation for the horizontal equilibrium. Also for the rotational equilibrium, the moment or torque by each force, the moment or torque by all forces, the sum of torque by each forces, or you can call it resultant torque, the total torque has to be zero. The total torque has to be zero about any point on the system. The total torque has to be zero about any point on the system. I prefer point B as my reference point. I choose B as my reference point about which we will calculate the total torque. So sum of torque by all forces about the point B must be zero for the rotational equilibrium conditions. You can choose any point instead of B. If you like, you can choose point C. If you like, you can choose point A. I prefer to find the torque about point B. So if I find torque about B, then it is very obvious, then there is no torque by NB and there is no torque by FB about this point. Since forces NB and FB, they are passing through point B, they cannot produce any moment or any torque about the same point B. So there is no torque by NB, no torque by FB. So the torque is given by this W plus P force. And what will be the torque by that force is W plus P is the force acting downward, and the perpendicular distance from point B, is L cos theta. And why it is L cos theta? Because this is the ladder. Here is point B. This W plus P is at the middle point. So this length will be half of total length of ladder, which we assumed as 2L. So this W plus P being at the midpoint is at L distance from point B. And for torque, you need the perpendicular distance from point B. And the perpendicular distance from point B will be L multiplied by cosine of theta. So this is the torque by W plus P. Plus another torque will be by the weight W of ladder AC. So that weight W of ladder AC multiplied by now the perpendicular distance of line of action of this weight W. So the line of action of weight W is at a distance, if you calculate its distance from point B, right? If you calculate the distance from point B, then it will be 3L cos of theta. Check it. Why it will be 3L cos theta? You have to check it. Then W multiplied by 3L cos theta equal to, since the, look, this weight W plus P, which is in the downward direction, will generate a clockwise torque about point B. It will generate a clockwise torque about point B. The weight W of ladder AC will also produce a clockwise torque about B, whereas this normal reaction force at point C will produce anti-clockwise torque about point B. So the total torque which is in the clockwise direction must be balanced by total torque which is in the anti-clockwise direction given by normal reaction force at point C. So that has to be NC multiplied by, now the perpendicular distance of this NC, the perpendicular distance of line of NC, that is the vertical line which is at point number C, the distance of that vertical line from point B, I write it 4L cos theta, and I leave this working for you, that why it will be 4L cos theta. So that is your third equation. One more point, this friction force at point number C will not generate any torque. And the reason is that the friction at point C is directed to the left side, and if you extend the line of FC, it will pass through point number B. So it cannot generate any torque about the point B. Any force which passes through the reference point about which you calculate the torque gives no torque about that specific point. So here we have now three equations. First equation is the balancing of forces in the vertical direction. Second equation is the balancing of force in the horizontal direction. And the third equation is balancing of torque about my chosen point B. Now we will solve all these equations. We have to solve all these equations to find out NB and NC. We have to find out the equations and you have to solve the value of NB and NC. I leave the mathematical part for you. I leave this mathematical part for you. But if you solve it properly, then you will get NB equal to, if you solve it properly, then you get NB equal to, oh sorry, not equals to, it is just the hint for you. If you solve it, then you get NB more than NC. You will get NB more than NC. Solve it. Solve these three equations for NB and NC in terms of W and P, and you will come to know that normal at B is more than the normal at C. And if normal at B is more than normal at C, the limiting friction force at B, the limit of a friction force at B, which is mu into normal, coefficient of friction multiplied by normal reaction force, will be more than the limit of friction at point number C. Since the coefficient of friction will be similar for both points, but normal reaction force at B is higher than the normal reaction at point C. So limit of friction at point B will be more than the limit of friction at point number C, point named as C. Since point number C has low at point C, we have lesser limit of friction. Lesser limit of friction is at point C, and therefore more chances of slipping will be at point C. So if you put extra weight on the ladder AB, the ladder AC, that means the other ladder, if you put extra weight on AB, the other ladder, that is ladder AC, will slide first. And similarly, if you put extra weight on the ladder AC, then ladder AB will slide before ladder AC will slide. And that was the question, that which ladder will slide first. Hope you like this question and the solution part. If you are unable to find, or if you are unable to solve it, or you are not able to prove that NB is more than NC, just drop a message to me. I will show you the complete working. Take care. Bye bye. Stay at home.